Guys, alright, goal, chosen energy. This is day 16 of 2020. Today we are going to talk about how to not plan ahead. Unlike the many schools, many our societies, governments, countries, news media, whatever media you want to, programs, as much as they tell you like, hey, make sure you have your plans, make sure you have your college, make sure you have your degree, because that's where the money is, for them, not for us. At the end of the day, it's all part of the plan of like making sure that you never feel like you're fulfilling your goals, because you're always planning. So when you're always planning, you're always in the state of like not living, but more like planning and more dwelling, and your mind is always busy, worrying, anxiety, etc. So today I'm here to tell you that this preach was based on that actually, to live in the now without any plans. And when I say without any plans, I don't mean just like live and just wake up and say, hey, I need to make money to eat food. How do I do it? No. What you do is, as you are living your life, do whatever you love and just do your stuff. Like right now, let's say if you want to create a new business because you are an entrepreneur, create a business, put the things together, put the portfolio, put the business plan, maybe get a loan if you need to. If you have savings, that's a better idea. That's quoting Gary Vee, because it's always good to invest your own money instead of the bank money, because then you have no pressure and no control. Again, no control, the keyword no control. So yeah, so the whole planning ahead is all about control, because they want us to plan ahead so they can actually almost make us fulfill their agenda instead of ours, instead of our life, instead of our plans for what makes us happy, whatever like we have that we enjoy doing, whatever we have things going and etc. For them, that's considered like irresponsible. Therefore, people planning like 10, 20 years ahead for their kids, for themselves. Like I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, I want to have investment 401k, the CD account, all the stuff, stock market. It's all control. It's all like telling you you are not whole and complete unless you plan ahead. And that is literally teaching you the opposite, so you can be weak and you can always dwell. And so your mind will always dwell. And with that said, let's jump on this preach before going any further, and let's just preach it out. Today, as you start your day, make it as present as a moment that you were born to Mother Gaia. That's all, again, living in the present moment and doing what you love at this moment and planning your steps now, and action now. One thing that nobody seems to be aware of or conscious of is how much they are following conditions and constructs, societal constructs, instead of living for joy, boundless. What that's saying again is, instead of people actually following their own heart and just doing what they love and just putting everything into action, whatever they want to do, instead of whatever the society wants you to do, to whatever your parents want you to do, whatever your like generations and that generation just passed on what they want you to do, like passed on, which is kind of almost like it becomes like almost like a norm of every grandchild, every newborn has to follow the same rules. Those things are super old and they don't work anymore. So the reason why they still are in the system is because we still have a lot of people that are so insecure from what they've been told from their parents and their siblings and their moms. Well, that's a parent, like grandfathers and the relatives and neighbors. Is the society itself is you are not solid until you get something planned out. It's almost like signing a petition for enslavement, just so you can be stable. But who really wants to live a stable life? And I'm not saying go broke and just go homeless and just live out paycheck to paycheck. That's the opposite actually. But literally live your life knowing that if you just allow it to happen and just focus on what you really love doing and whatever you want to accomplish and create, if you just action it out instead of think about it, or putting like 10 years a window saying, hey, in 10 years I want to do this, that whole bullshit of, oh, what do you want to do in 5 years? Fuck you. Like, in 5 years, I just want to be me. I don't want to do anything else. I want to do what I want to do, and I want to become what I want to become now. Not in 5 years, but now. And if I really want that to be accomplished in 5 years, I have to start doing that as this second anyways. So why would I want to plan 5 years ahead and then just kind of go off of it and just like wait for 5 years for that thing to come? Well, think about it, and then if that 5 years just comes around and it doesn't really succeed the way that I kind of was anticipating, then I'm literally then feeling like I just lost it. I didn't make it. So why would I want to do that? So the point is, always live and do everything in the now. So you'll feel limitless because only now counts. Future is just control, past is control because it doesn't exist. It's created by the society, by 3D, by our government, just so we can actually kind of be controlled and under their umbrella instead of ours. You should understand that if you just live in the now, you become limitless because of no fear or expectations from society. And that's literally what I was just saying, because when you live in the now, you are limitless and you have no fear because now you can control fear. So you feel fear just becomes obsolete. And then you have no expectations from the government because you are living in the now. So you don't feel like anything is expected from you because you're like, okay, I'm doing whatever I'm doing now. So whatever you want to expect from me, Mr. Government, go fuck yourself. So for the language, that's for emphasis. And it's kind of Gary talk. Okay, as you engage in your Turn Thursday, don't plan ahead or dwell on the future, but instead do what you wish to have in the future by planting the seeds with action and perseverance. That's literally the recipe, is to just plant the seeds now, do action, put the intentions and the action on top of it, kind of like a sandwich, and plant it and see how it becomes a beautiful, amazing, the analogy, burger or sandwich. Because it'll just be like, it'll just go hand to hand, it'll segue itself to becoming the most best creation that you have ever created for a long term, not the short term, but a long term. For instance, the reason why I never held a job or had hours in my life, even in my own business, is because I subconsciously knew that there is no such thing as future, so why plan for it if we can make it happen in the now? That's literally the reason why even now I have a company. When people call me and say, hey, can I come next week at 5 o'clock? I'm like, no, just call me next week on Thursday, per se. Next week on Thursday, call me and I'll tell you yes or no, because I'm not gonna plan ahead a week in advance, just because I'm like, whatever we can do in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I'm not gonna plan like a whole week in advance and then worry about, hey, what if someone else calls and they kind of overlap on that. The way the site works, I totally believe it does work because it's everyone are like walking like robots, and I'm not trying to offend anyone here, it's just super simple. They're all used to it and they're conditioned. But the way I feel and the way I work and the way I operate is super anti the system. It's just the way, it just kind of like that literally makes me feel alive instead of feeling like in this like, oh my god, I have to wake up, it's Monday because I have 9 a.m. I'm like, no, at 9 a.m. that person isn't call me. If I'm available, I'll be available. If I'm not, then I'm not. And that's the power of being a boss. That's the power of being the CEO, not an employee. That's the reason why actually I was born CEO. I'm a Capricorn leader, natural leader. Because I feel like if you're not a Capricorn, I understand, but I'm not saying you should be to be what I just say you should be, just to have no kind of pressure from the society. But it is really important to do what you feel works for you, because if you feel like every time you wake up and it's a Monday and it's Tuesday, you're like, oh my god, I hope this person doesn't call me because I really am so busy, I didn't even know I was going to be busy and I just scheduled this ahead of time. That means you're literally living in control. That means that you are not enjoying your life. That means that you are dwelling 24 hours a day, and that also means that your ego has taken over you, and so you just kind of literally just give up and not even waste your life. I'm not saying go end your life here, but just stop right now and just realize, just wake up and say, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong that is not fulfilling my lifestyle? What is wrong with this? And you'll be told. Just let your inner, set the intention to be told from your higher being of what you're doing wrong and what you should be doing to do it right. Moreover, I was feeling this naturally without even understanding or being conscious of why I was feeling this way from day one. So when I look back, I have always been a spiritual rebel. Now I understand why, because I literally was a spiritual rebel. I never like to follow rules. I'm not saying I'm an outlaw. I didn't do anything illegal. But then what is legal and what is illegal? As long as you're not hurting anyone, nothing should be illegal. It's all, again, conditions that it's kind of like set upon us to make sure that we are controlled. So that's a whole different conversation in a day and a video. But yeah, so allow yourself to be yourself and you'll become. Wow, that was good. Let's put that as a quote. That was a good one. Okay. That was literally channeled as you just saw it on camera. Like, that's how I get my quotes out, my icon shit. I don't just sit there and think 2 hours just comes out. Okay, be you today. And know that planning or dwelling is not worth anything regardless of what it is if you can't achieve it now with full control or plant seeds to see it come into fruition by your intention and action. Stay vibey. Much love, Ari. So that's pretty much it. Just saying that be you today and do what you love, and don't plan on anything that is going to take years and years and years and years to actually come to kind of like make it happen. The whole pain and gain, putting a lot of hours in, like metal to the pedal, going like skinless because you're just so much, like working, your skin is coming out of your bones are coming out of your skin. Spending 10 years to have a company. Some stuff, some CEOs say I don't agree, because if you really are committed to what you want to do, yeah, things take time, but you shouldn't invest 10, 20 years of your life or something that to actually come to fruition, because if it doesn't come to fruition, or you realize that that wasn't even something that you really wanted to do, you just for the money or the fame or for your family or your societal construct, whatever they wanted you to become, or your wife or your husband, then you're going to have regret. And if you have a regret, you're never gonna get that 20 years back. You're just gonna like say, fuck, what did I just do? So I just want you to know that it is really important to do what you love now and plant your seeds now, and don't plan and dwell on things that is not even here yet and it's gonna happen in 10 years from now, because you feel like that's part of the society rules, and that's what you should do to be validated as a normal citizen. Yeah? That's pretty much it, guys. Stay vibey, much love, already chosen. And with that said, I want to wish you guys an amazing, beautiful Friday. If you're watching this on Friday or weekend, it's Thursday right now, but I'm living in the now, but I feel like the Friday is already now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. What you gotta do and whatever feels true to your heart. And that's it. Much love. Peace. Namaste. Stay vibey.